Hello guys and welcome. My name is UHD King or I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K, and during this video I'm going to demonstrate Diablo 2 Resurrected PC game running in 8K video resolution on a single Titan RTX video card and Intel Core i9 9900K overclock at 5.3 GHz. Okay, so Turing GPU architecture by Nvidia, the full TU102 GPU, and Intel flagship 9000 series CPU. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate all kind of different presets. This video is not going to be as fast as possible, maybe about 20 minutes, but all kind of different presets will be featured. Okay, the data at the left top corner self-explanatory. So I'm not a big fan of Diablo's game series. Actually, I never played Diablo 2 original game, but Diablo 2 Resurrected is pretty much original game. It has the option to switch back to original game and original add-on or original DLC in one game. So this is the best deal. If you the fan of Diablo 2 PC game, if you wanna get some nostalgia and play it like you did in 1990s, this is a good game for you to play because you can play the updated visuals. Resurrected will feature 4K video resolution visuals, okay, textures and everything, and it's not going to be 2D, it's going to be full 3D. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this barbarian. Sounds like good. Big guy, nice. So original Diablo 2 PC game was 2D game, and this is completely 3D game, as you can see already. I'm going to start, guys, with the let me show it to you. The purpose of this video is not the gameplay. The purpose of this video to demonstrate the performance. So for those folks that trying to play this game with Nvidia RTX 2080 Ti video card or Nvidia Titan RTX video card, Turing GPU architecture flagships, you're going to find out. However, Nvidia RTX 2080 Ti video card will be like about 10% slower, keep that in mind. So right now I'm running Titan RTX stock, but I'm about to overclock it. So as you can see, 8K UHD resolution, 7680 pixels by 4320 pixels, lowest possible preset, okay, without the DLSS, okay. But I'm going to demonstrate NVIDIA DLSS. Look like even on RTX 2000 series video cards, you can do it in Diablo II Resurrected PC game. Under lowest possible preset, anti-aliasing by default FXAA. But it's better kind of to run no anti-aliasing, especially when we are talking 8K video resolution. But FXAA anti-aliasing for Turing GPU architecture flagship video cards such as NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti or NVIDIA RTX Titan. By the way, it's in proper name, NVIDIA Titan RTX. Okay, will be no problem. But FXAA anti-aliasing, it's kind of smoothing, blurring out details. You better run without it, but I'm going to demonstrate just a preset, and then I'm going to show you my custom preset as well. And you can switch back to the legacy mode, which is 800 600 pixels, 800 by 600 pixels, or 640 by 480 pixels. The maximum is 800 by 600 pixels, and I'm going to demonstrate you the original mode as well, the original game, how it looks like, and you can emulate through the Voodoo Glide by 3DFX, the old school 3D accelerators. That company is no longer available. GDI classes such as 2D classes by the Windows operating system, such as Windows 95 and Windows 98. Resurrected version, which is much upgraded version and the best version, but I'm going to show you how it looked like on a Voodoo by 3DFX company, which is nice. It was very hot throughout that time. It was one of the first accelerators that really was 3D accelerators. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look, guys. Maximum, as you can see, maximum visuals, VSync is unlocked, and maximum possible FPS, resolution scale at 100%. You can scale the resolution as well, sharpening at 100%. So it's VSync as again is off, frame cap to the maximum. Okay, I'm gonna apply that. Okay, so the game looks great, guys. If you Diablo 2 fan, you will be like, wow, uh, wow, it's just unbelievable. And actually, it's look at this. You can zoom in. Actually, it lookish a little bit better, I would say, than Diablo 3 in my case. Keep in mind that I recorded Diablo 3 in 8K video resolution and even 16K video resolution that is available over UHDking.com. Go ahead and check it out, or iplay16k.com, or 15360 by 8640.com. You don't want to miss that. Okay, so alright, so lowest possible preset Titan RTX running stock. I'm recording with Nvidia ShadowPlay. I just played about 5 minutes to find out what will be the performance and test all kind of visuals in advance, just to verify that. I verified that this game doesn't support resolution above 8K video resolution. A lot of games, newer games in Bell.net game client doesn't support resolution above 8K video resolution, such as StarCraft 2 doesn't support it, and but StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft Legacy supports 16K video resolution. Diablo 2 Resurrected doesn't support 16K video resolution, and Diablo 2 Legacy doesn't support 16K video resolution. So check it out. This is how original game looks like. For those who will be like, wow, this is a big difference. And this was like 2D game. That's not a 3D, even if it looks like 2D, but it's 3D. Look at that FPS, 500 FPS average. And right now I'm running not even 50 FPS, so we delivered like 12 times more FPS on the same video card, but at the 800, 600 pixels though, versus the 8K video resolution. And the GPU utilized in that 2D mode is very high, as you can see, almost 90%. However, I don't think that this game should be at the lowest possible preset, not even 60 FPS and Turing GPU architecture, so it's very performance hungry. As you can see, even in the water, we have the character reflection, which is great touch. The game looks like almost like God of War, guys, but a little bit zoom out. And but this is how it's going to feel a little bit for you. So it's going to feel like Diablo 2. At the same time, it's going to look like God of War, especially if you're going to play the Barbarian, as I selected it. So it's a great looking game, even if you're not Diablo 2 fan like I am, and just want to release some energy or refresh after the hard working day or some stress. It's a great looking game for you to play, to get fresh next day, to play it couple hours. You can pick up this game just like I did for 15 bucks. This game was on sale for $17.99 plus this additional discount. I purchased it for $15, but it's running for $39.99. But on the holidays, do not miss it. Like once or twice a year, it's going to be below $20. This is where this game is the best time to buy, because you buying two games. You buying the Diablo 2 Legacy, and as again, this game includes the add-on DLCs of Diablo 2 Legacy, all of them, and you're buying the updated visuals, which is the remastered version. So as again, this is remastered version, and it's remastered all the way to 4K video resolution. Beautiful visuals, as you can see, if you're gonna zoom in, beautiful level of details. Yeah, so when Titan RTX running stock, so FPS like 42 FPS, 45 FPS, as again, this is with Nvidia ShadowPlay recording in real time in 8K video resolution. My Nvidia ShadowPlay is modified, my Nvidia driver is modified. This is how I can run this 16K video resolution, but right now it's running 8K native. So as again, you gotta add 8% of the FPS to the FPS counter. Additionally, so I would say add 3 FPS to the FPS counter to receive the FPS without NVIDIA ShadowPlay recording, but it still will be below 50 FPS average on a single Titan RTX video card. And just because the game running DirectX 12 API, it doesn't support SLI, and I don't think it's supporting multiple GPU capabilities because DirectX 12 API doesn't support SLI. NVIDIA SLI mode is supported only on the DirectX 9, DirectX 10, and DirectX 11 API. As again, NVIDIA SLI, it's when you can run more than one video card and render through all of them. I have two Titan RTXs, but I don't think it's also supporting the multiple GPU, but DirectX 12 API doesn't support SLI. So lowest possible preset, okay. The problem is, guys, there is no such a difference between lowest possible preset and the very high preset. In the end of this video, I'm going to make a screenshot, so we're going to compare. So pretty much you can play lowest possible preset, or you can also enable the DLSS, which is the upscale. It's not going to be the native resolution, but it's upscale through the AI, but it's doing a good job in this game. There is no such a difference in this game, particular game. As again, in the end of this video, I'm going to make a bunch of screenshots. We're going to compare the qualities, and in the end of this video, we're going to discuss my PC configuration within the details, so stick around. So from lowest possible preset, I'm going to go ahead and set the medium preset. The game doesn't require any reboot. It do it on the fly. They did a good job for that, but they didn't do a good job to utilize the 3D game engine properly, because Turing GPU architecture is such a fast GPU and it's flagship and it's not doing a good job. As you can see, we just lowered the FPS by, we cut it almost by 10 FPS while switched from low to medium, but there is no such a big difference in the quality. There is zero actual difference in quality.
Oh, greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised.
Okay, you can play with the characters and such. I didn't see any difference, to be honestly. So 35 FPS at medium, and again, without the recording, like 37, 38. Below 40. This game is comfortable above 30 FPS, but I would say this game is very comfortable like 45 FPS and above. But right now it's playable status, so it's not only benchable status, but it's playable status. Okay, 35 FPS. Let's go ahead and switch it now. From medium, I'm going to go ahead and go to high. This is the presets. I'm not changing them, so this is how those presets will be. I'm not using dynamic resolution scale. It may help with the performance. Under the high preset, it's already using the anti-aliasing, but under 8K video resolution in this particular game, we don't need to have any anti-aliasing at all. And we can increase the performance while I turn it down. But let me show you the presets first. Okay, I'm going to apply that. It's a little bit sharper now, just a little bit, as you can see, but it's not such a big deal. Let me show you how the original game looks like. This is under 3FX Glide. GDI class will be rendering, class will be almost the same to the rendering class, and the Resurrected will be a little bit better. The pixels will be smoothed out, but not such a big difference. Keep that in mind. The game looks amazing, guys. Remastered. So if you Diablo fan, and especially Diablo 2 fan, I highly recommend this game for you. But as again, purchase it on sale if you're low on cash. It's going to be once or twice a year when the game will be below $20. And this is the best way for you to purchase, especially if you don't have the original game Diablo 2 and add on to it, or legacy version of Diablo 2, whatever you want to call it. It's 2-in-1 value. If you have it like on CD, this is a great thing to buy. You can play it online as well, but this is offline. So look at this. Wow, the high preset, 25 FPS average. And this is Titan RTX is running stock. Let me go ahead and overclock the Titan RTX. So check it out, 25 FPS average. By the way, that MS at the left top corner by the FPS, it's a millisecond. The lower value is better, while FPS, the higher value is better. MS stands for the milliseconds latency delay between the hardware and software. Hardware will be GPU video RAM, CPU system RAM, and software will be Windows 10 professional operating system in our case, Nvidia drivers, Diablo II Resurrected game engine, and DirectX 12 API. So 25 FPS on Titan RTX running stock. Let me real quick go ahead and overclock the Titan RTX real quick. Let me show you how it's going to look like. I'm going to use the Windows magnifier zoom tool. When you are running 8K video resolution and above, especially above 8K video resolution, you want to use the Windows magnifier zoom tool. Very handy application. You can zoom in, zoom out, and keeping your eye at the pixel fill rate, texture fill rate, and bandwidth. Right now the Titan RTX running a hair slower than RTX 30 80 video card, which is the next GPU, the next video card, the new GPU architecture, such as Ampere GPU architecture by the Nvidia. And right now I'm running the Turing GPU architecture because it's using much faster GDR6. But when I'm going to overclock the Titan RTX, I'm going to be a hair faster than stock Nvidia RTX 3080 video card. Let me show it to you guys. So I just overclocked to the software. We're gonna see how much performance we're gonna boost. I can already see 28 FPS, so probably we're gonna boost up by 3 FPS, which will be a little bit above 10% of the performance boost. So it's going to be like 12, 14% of the performance boost in this particular game. Keep that in mind. It's not going to be in all kind of games. When the FPS is kind of high, you receive a great performance in terms of the FPS. So almost 30 FPS. So I would say 14% boost through the software overclock, which I consider safe. But as again, if you overclocking your PC hardware components, video card, CPU, or any PC components, you're doing it on your own risk and expenses. Nobody going to compensate you. But keep in mind that I'm going to create a great video tutorial how to overclock Nvidia RTX 2080 Ti video card or Nvidia Titan RTX video card. The best possible ways to boost up the maximum FPS that you don't want to miss will be available over the UHDking.com. So as you can see, we immediately improve our pixel free rate by 10 gigapixels per second, textual free rate by 30 gigapixels per second for free, and bandwidth we improve by 120 gigabytes per second, which is very crucial, especially in very high video resolution, such as 8K video resolution and above. But as again, the game doesn't support even 12K video resolution, it's crashing within the error, or 16K video resolution is not supported. In February 2023, and this game was released in 2021, but amazing looking game. Titan RTX video card and Intel Core i9 CPU was available back in 2018. So this type of technologies to us was available in 2018. So I would say we improved by 3 FPS average, whereas again by 14%. So we compensated the Nvidia ShadowPlay recording and received a little bit more FPS by maybe 1 FPS extra. But without Nvidia ShadowPlay recording right now, I will be almost 30 FPS. Keep that in mind. Okay. This is the high preset. So let's go ahead and switch the preset real quick. 8K video resolution. This is including with anti-aliasing. Anti-aliasing TAA is actually taxing about 32 FPS, but I don't want to switch it. I want to show you all kind of presets. So very high preset, the maximum visual preset, before you're gonna go to custom, which is not the maximum visual maximum. Under the custom you can go all the way maximum, but kinda the best in this game as preset by the game developers. Let's go ahead and apply that. We're gonna lower a little bit. Actually, we didn't lower the FPS, we increased the FPS. Check it out, 30 FPS. So you better stick with the very high preset versus the high preset, because the FPS is a little bit higher. I'm not sure why. Maybe we're utilizing a little bit higher amount of the CUDA cores, which is 100% GPU utilization. Our GPU utilization, we want to keep at 100%. That means that I'm utilizing 4608 during GPU architecture CUDA cores, and there is a difference on those CUDA cores. Will be in a level of 1 cache on GPU allocated per each streaming multiprocessor unit, and each streaming multiprocessor unit has its own amount of the CUDA cores. On this one, it's 72 streaming multiprocessor unit cores. So, and you gotta have divided the full amount of the CUDA cores available on this GPU, which is 4608 CUDA cores, divided by 72, which is amount of the streaming multiprocessor, and you will receive how many CUDA cores per each. Level 1 cache is allocated per each streaming multiprocessor core, and I believe the total will be above 6 megabytes of level 1 cache allocated as Orville on the Turing GPU architecture. But level 2nd cache, which is the secondary pre-caching system, Nvidia is using two-way pre-caching system on the video card since 2009, I believe. and at least level 1 and level 2 cache on the GPUs before it's storing the data into the video RAM after the level 2nd cache is overloaded. Level 2nd cache used for the data, and level 1 cache is pretty much used for the physical addressing, pretty much, whereas the texture is located. But per each streaming multiprocessor unit, level 1 cache on GPU and level 2 cache is 6 megabytes total, and it's allocated for the whole CUDA cores on the GPU, and level 1 cache is 96 kilobytes, which is 64 kilobytes, just like Pascal GPU architecture, and additional 34 kilobytes of the as a bonus. 96 total, 32 kilobytes, sorry, 96 kilobytes total of level 1 cache. Beautiful visuals, guys, and for me the visuals is a little bit better than the Diablo 3, a little bit more like photorealistic. Diablo 3 was a little bit more cartoonish, especially when it comes to the characters, and characters didn't feel like 3D, they're more like was feeling like 2D. But in Diablo 2 Resurrected, it's kind of 3D characters, and they're more like detailed, as you can see, like a high quality toys in real life. So if you have the toys fetish, this is a great game for you to play. I don't, and as again, this is not my um, gameplay genre, but I really dig in this game. I played this game a little bit for like 5 minutes, and I think it's a great game, especially for those people that after a hard day trying to, without thinking too much, release some negative energy, play, have some fun. This is a great game for you guys to play. If you, especially in this type of genre, highly recommend. So 30 FPS average, very high preset, very nice result. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you. First of all, let me show you the glide, 3dFX glide. So this is under the glide, how the original game looks like, legacy mode. Let me show you, the same thing will be under the GDI, but let me demonstrate it for you. As again, 800 by 600 pixels under the legacy mode or original mode is only available. And this is how it was available under the MS-DOS, under Panasonic 3D and PlayStation 1 during that time. So this is, guys, how it is under GDI, the same deal as you can see. Okay, very high preset, and this is the option under that mode. So again, you're getting two games in one, the original, the legacy, and the remastered, which is nice. So okay, so let me real quick go ahead and show you the remastered resurrected mode by the developers, and let me show you the legacy of it, how it looks like. And you can see it's a little bit better. It's pretty much smoothing the pixels. It's not that harsh, but still almost the same. But 3dFX Voodoo Glide mode was the best throughout that time. It was the sexiest under the PC. Alright, guys, so as again, very high, I demonstrated for you. Let me at very high demonstrate it for you the Nvidia DLSS, which is the upscale through the AI. We're going to start with the quality, which is the maximum visuals under the DLSS. It's utilizing less video RAM, as you can see. The video RAM utilization in the left top corner. By the way, at the left top corner, the data is verified. The video RAM utilization is almost 16,000 megabytes or 16 gigabytes. It's a little bit below than that. This is with DLSS, which is using a little bit less of the video RAM without DLSS, 8K video resolution. FPS is improved, and I believe it's running like 6K video resolution native, and then using some DSR to upscale to 8K video resolution, because I'm pretty sure it's not 4K video resolution and upscale to 8K video resolution, because the FPS in 4K video resolution will be much higher, but not that impressive, by the way. So as again, the game doesn't have impressive visuals in terms of the 3D. The game looks like a game from 2017 for those type of 3D view games, but was released in 2021, but utilizing the Turing GPU architecture, which is very powerful GPU architecture by Nvidia like crazy, which I do not understand why. The visuals should be much better than that. The game looks like, in terms of the visual, third-person view games, like, as again from 2017, not from 2021. 43 FPS, guys. Keep in mind that I'm going to record this game as a test on Turing GPU architecture on this system, which is Titan RTX video card and Intel Core i9-9900K at 5.3 GHz. I'm going to show you 4K resolution, 5K resolution, 6K resolution, which will be 16 divided by 9 aspect ratio, Apple Pro XDR screen, this XDR display, which is the screen by Apple, very expensive one, 6K video resolution. When I'm going to test all kind of games in this 6K video resolution, I'm going to do it on this system just for those who's curious, as well as I'm going to demonstrate 7K video resolution, because a lot of people are fans in this game, and for those who's curious, who's building computers from the used parts, which is the best way to build computers, save a lot of money and receive the maximum benefits. So I'm going to cover the Turing GPU architecture in Diablo II Resurrected PC game in all resolutions, such as 4K video resolution, 5K video resolution, 6K video resolution, 7K video resolution, and 8K UHD. Keep that in mind. And we cannot test at 12K video resolution with the three 8K screens in vertical mode, and 16K video resolution is also not supported, so I'm not going to test those, unfortunately. Alright, so 40 FPS, but still below 60 FPS, but at quality. DLSS set at quality, which is the maximum possible visuals, and it's going to be almost the same lookish versus the original native render. Let's go ahead and switch. I'm not going to show you all kind of different presets. I'm just going to go to DLSS Ultra Performance, demonstrate it to you like that, and then I'm going to show you the maximum visuals. So 60 FPS, yeah, Ultra Performance, 8K video resolution with DLSS at Ultra Performance, 60 FPS, guys, as you can see. Without the recording, it's going to be a little bit above than 60 FPS. And as again, this is only when Titan RTX is overclocked. And I believe it's using the, as again, 6K video resolution, because the FPS is kind of close to it, but it's using the upscale, because Nvidia DLSS, it's using just a little bit of the performance lost on the Turing GPU architecture. And keep in mind that Ampere GPU architecture, such as RTX 3000 series video cards, will also show better result under the DLSS, because they have hardware acceleration on the DLSS much faster than the Turing GPU architecture. Is going to be a second generation of the DLSS. And Ampere GPU architecture by Nvidia, such as not Ampere. Ampere is RTX 3000 series, but EVGA GPU architecture such as RTX 4000 series will be even on another level, and boost will be much faster than Ampere, or much faster for sure than Turing. So FPS could be over here like crazy. I would say like 120 FPS, something like that. But we are going to find out. I'm going to test RTX 3090 video card, RTX 3090 Ti video card by Ampere GPU architecture by Nvidia, and RTX 4090 video cards such as EVGA GPU architecture, and hopefully RTX 4090 Ti and Titan RTX, the Titan EVGA, which will feature hopefully 48 gigabyte of video RAM. But as you can see, our video RAM utilization is healthy. Yes, indeed, they're using some shaders, as you can see, 3D methods such as reflection, refraction in real time, which is the premix of the multiple maps or multiple textures to generate the final map or final texture. Yes, this is a full 3D game now. But as again, StarCraft 2 looks almost the same in terms of the visuals, and it's going to blow up the FPS by 2 in this game on the same video card. So I don't see, as again, why the FPS so low. They should be done a better job. So okay, so Ultra preset, DLSS, all kind of things. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch my own preset, which will be maxed out, completely custom, and everything will be maxed out, starting with Ultra, and improve it. And first, without the anti-aliasing, we're not going to use any anti-aliasing first. Ultra, everything Ultra, what is possible. Okay. 100% scale, as again, if you're gonna you can scale the resolution, but there is no reason for us to do that. Keep in mind, if I'm gonna keep my resolution scale above 100% under the 8K video resolution, the game is crashing. So it's a clear sign I cannot run 200%, which will be 16K UHD. The game will crash. That's a clear sign the game doesn't support 16K video resolution. Another thing is a GPU limitation, because 99% of the games that I tested without the RTX technology, even that was released in 2022 or 2021 or older, is at least benchable under 16K video resolution, even with 24 gigabyte of video RAM or 24,576 megabytes of video RAM that is available on Titan RTX. It's at least benchable. Maybe not playable in the newer games, but benchable for sure. So guys, this is maximum preset with the DLSS at ultra performance. Still 60 FPS, which just lost like 3 FPS, still beautiful, but this is maximum visuals in this game. As again, with DLSS, which is, I believe, running 6K video resolution or maybe 5K video resolution, and upscaling to, because when you're switching the presets on DLSS, it's doing the lower resolution and then it's upscaling. I think it's a 5K, but it's definitely not 4K, and upscaling to 8K video resolution. Because as again, upscale on the Turing GPU architecture through the DLSS, it's a fast process and doesn't consume a lot of FPS. But the newer generation has a better 3D acceleration for the DLSS technology by the Nvidia. As again, guys, I'm coming in real time. I'm not reading this as a script. This is going to be a single take. I'm coming as the way as I go, and as again, I only played this game for 5 minutes already. Liking it, even if not a fan. This is a great game. When I play 5 minutes, I get addicted. This game is nice, especially if you finish this game back in 1990s. You want to replay it, you're gonna have a lot of fun. And there's a lot of games similar to that, and I'm going to feature them, similar to Diablo, and I'm gonna feature them over the UHDking.com. So if you're in this type of games, you don't want to miss it. Okay, so pretty much 60 FPS without the recording for sure. This is the ultra preset and DLSS 8K video resolution, maximum visuals. Let's go ahead and show you the quality, which is the maximum DLSS preset. Wow, we dropped the FPS a lot. So I believe the ultra performance was running for sure 5K video resolution, upscaling to 8K video resolution, but right now we are running probably native 6K video resolution. Based on the FPS, I can tell 6K video resolution will be like 60 FPS, and upscaling to 8K video resolution at the maximum visuals, but quality DLSS. So it's not the native 8K right now, but through the DLSS. But as again, I demonstrated to you the native. I'm actually about to do it with the maximum without the DLSS. So 42 FPS. And as again, in this game, it feels almost comfortable at 45 FPS, but it's a little bit stuttering just a little bit. But 60 FPS will be for sure comfortable gameplay. Game has unlocked FPS. As again, you can play 120 FPS and above. Too bad that 2 Titan RTXs is not supported. Otherwise, I would test it for you. As again, I'm not sure if it's supported or not, but I'm going to try to test it for you when I'm going to put the secondary Titan RTX in this system. But I'm pretty sure DirectX 12 API, the developers probably didn't include the multiple GPU capabilities, but we're going to find out. So, still below 16 megabytes, 16,000 megabytes or 16 gigabytes of video RAM utilization. System RAM utilization below 11,000 megabytes, which is 11 gigabytes. Total system RAM utilization can be 32,000 gigabytes. Keep that in mind. So I have a lot of system RAM to go and a lot of video RAM to go as well. So let me go ahead and demonstrate for you the native now. So DLSS is off. Maximum visuals. Dynamic resolution scaling is disabled. 30 FPS. So same as very high preset, I would say. It's a little bit stuttering, keep that in mind while playing 30 FPS. I mean, it's playable, but it's a little bit stuttering, so it's not comfortable. If you're looking for the comfortable gameplay, it's a little bit like stuttering. It feels like 20 FPS in the shooter. But this is not a shooter, this third-person view game that is pretty much, could be almost acceptable for strategy, real-time strategy, or for the third-person view game. Okay, so 20-30 FPS average. And as again, in complex scenes, it probably can go down by about 10 or 15% lower than that maximum, but not that much, by about 3 FPS, 4 FPS maximum, when a lot of 3D models will be on the scene. But the game is handling the resources correctly. I think it's loading right now the older resources, and it doesn't matter how many actions will be on the scene, except when it's going to create some smoke and fire effects. It's gonna lower down the FPS when it's going to be a lot. Those particles will be displayed and rendered in real time by a lot. Okay, so this is, guys, how it was, right? Within the DLSS and without the DLSS. Right now I'm going to go ahead and show you the difference. I'm going to create a screenshot, so we're going to compare, so through the Nvidia ShadowPlay at the same time while I'm recording. So this is the maxed out without the anti-aliasing, okay, without the DLSS. Let me actually create a screenshot. I'm going to create a screenshot of the preset, so we're going to know, and then in the end of this video we're going to play. So this is the custom. This is how we're going to see. This is the custom preset. So I'm going to take it. This is how it was. Now we're going to take a screenshot. So I'm going to delete the first screenshot. First I'm going to take the preset, and then I'm going to take the screenshot. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate you that DLSS almost as good as native, which is amazing achievement by the Nvidia. It's using the AI, which is artificial intelligence, and upscaling. Even if upscaling is not good, but when Nvidia is using it, it's doing a good job, and it is good. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the same deal with the DLSS and quality. Okay, so I'm gonna apply that, and I'm gonna take a screenshot, so we're gonna know what's up. And now I'm going to take a screenshot of the in-game. Okay. Now I'm going to use the DLSS on ultra performance, which is the lowest visuals. But in this particular game, actually, you can play at the lowest possible visuals, and the visuals almost the same. But I'm going to demonstrate it for you. As again, you don't need to reboot the game. The 3D game engine is reinitializing itself automatically and it's doing a good job. So this is the ultra performance. Okay, ultra performance. Okay, without any anti-aliasing. Now, just to wrap up, I'm gonna take a screenshots and demonstrate it for those people who's looking to compare with the screenshots. So don't forget to smash that like button. This is for you guys, an extra bonus. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and try to do the anti-aliasing real quick. Let me see, where's the anti-aliasing? Right here. With the DLSS, we cannot set the anti-aliasing because pretty much DLSS is kind of anti-aliasing by Nvidia, but then Nvidia decided to call this technology in a different way because it's kind of, this is how anti-aliasing is working. Actually, it's upscaling, and but it's upscaling through the AI, and decided to call it different technology. So just kind of for the marketing purpose, it's a great idea. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to native now, and I'm going to enable the anti-aliasing, and this is, let me apply, and this is going to be SMAA, again with the native. So this is without the DLSS, because DLSS and anti-aliasing is not possible in this particular game, Diablo II Resurrected. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a screenshot. Here we go. With the anti-aliasing, the game actually looks sharper somehow. Let's use the TAA anti-aliasing, the maximum anti-aliasing. SMAA anti-aliasing is not taxing that much on Turing GPU architecture. Please keep that in mind. Turing GPU architecture is handling the SMAA anti-aliasing like it's nothing. Super multi-sampling anti-aliasing method. which is great achievement by the Nvidia, because the Maxwell GPU architecture such as Titan X, Maxwell GPU architecture video card had some issues. It was taxing about 15%, but anti-aliasing SMA in Turing GPU architecture is like 5% of the performance loss, 5-7%, twice less. And either GPU architecture such as RTX 4000 video cards will have no performance loss through the anti-aliasing. It's a great achievement by the Nvidia. Alright, so we took all the screenshots, everything was discussed. Let me save the game and quit. And before I'm going to demonstrate for you, the first screenshot should be deleted. Let's delete the first screenshot. Before I'm going to demonstrate the PC configuration for you within the details, let's go ahead and compare the screenshots real quick. As you can see, I'm running my desktop in EK UHD at 100% scale, DPI scale. Anyways, this is the graphics. So this was the anti-aliasing at TAA maximum 8K video resolution, and this is how it was right here. Okay, pay attention. I didn't see any difference. Now it's going to be at the quality DLSS. This is how it was. Now it's going to be DLSS at ultra performance, and this is how it was. Almost the same visuals. I didn't see anything that is different. DLSS is great NVIDIA technology, even on the first generation of the GPUs that supported that technology, such as RTX 2000 video cards, 2000 series video cards, or a Titan RTX. As again, RTX Titan is improper name. You call this as Titan RTX. Now as the running the completely native with the SMAA anti-aliasing, as again, same deal. As again, under 8K video resolution at 100% native scale or 100% scale on the resolution, it's looking just the same, even without the anti-aliasing to me. In this particular game though. TAA, as again, we saw the TAA. This is how it is. Yeah, so let me delete, guys. So we started with the TAA. Let me delete the visual presets, and then it was what? It was quality but DLSS, right? Yep, quality. I'm gonna delete the presets, and I'm gonna show you the screenshots one after another, so you remember the order, right? And now we're gonna have a look like that. Check it out. So this is TAA. This is with the quality on DLSS 8K. This is how ultra performance, which is the lowest possible quality on DLSS. This is the SMAA, and that's it. And this is without any anti-aliasing. Okay, pretty much that's it, guys. Let me show you as again. Today is February 12th, 2023. I'm going to also demonstrate for you the 4K, 5K, 6K, and 7K video resolution will be available over the UHDking.com that you don't want to miss. But let me demonstrate. Actually, let me open up the NVIDIA drivers. By the way, under the NVIDIA drivers, it's scaled to quality visual preset right here, as you can see. So maximum visuals. So when you're gonna go to the performance, the FPS will be a little bit higher, but this is maximum visuals in terms of the picture quality, rendered the final picture quality per each frame rendered on the screen. So as you can see, without any DSR, the native perform maximum performance under the power management though, but not under the image quality. Under the image quality, it's under quality mode instead of performance. High quality under the quality textures, which is the maximum. This is the preset without the DSR, digital super resolution, native 8K video resolution. So let me real quick go ahead and demonstrate for you guys the system that I was running, but you're already fully aware, but I decided to go ahead and show it to you anyways. Let me bring the more of the ADA64. So this is, guys, pretty much the tests that was done without Nvidia ShadowPlay recording. You can see I was using the Core i9 9900K, but it was emulated as i5 9600K because I was only using 6 core 6 threads to be able to achieve the 5300 MHz or 5.3 GHz with 53 multiplier as external frequency and 52 multiplier as a VX2 instruction frequency, which is 5.2 GHz or 5200 MHz. Okay, and this is the motherboard. Okay. I was running 32 gigabytes of total system RAM, 4 sticks 8 gigabytes each in dual channel, 128-bit. 4 sticks in dual channel is the best possible solution if you have 4 slots for the DDR4, because even if you're running single bank or dual bank memory chips, it's still going to be Gucci, the best possible performance. CL11, so it was running 1600 megahertz times 2, 3200 megahertz as external frequency, 3200 megahertz as external frequency, but CL11, not CL18, not CL16, not CL14, not even CL12. CL11 1T command, the low value on CL is better. CAS, as you can see, and yeah, 4800 megahertz on the CPU cache frequency, which will improve the performance of level 1, level 2, and level 3 cache on the CPU, which is the fastest possible pre-caching on the Intel CPU, 3-way pre-caching, while Nvidia GPUs using 2-way pre-caching, level 1 and level 2 for the Nvidia GPUs, and those type of pre-cachings are faster than video RAM or system RAM, but after that video RAM is the fastest, and then system RAM, and then it's storing into the storage when it's not enough. But it didn't do that. It's even didn't do GPU even didn't store into the system RAM. Healthy video RAM utilization throughout this video, healthy system RAM utilization. This was the fastest possible DDR4 Corsair 5000 MHz from 2019 and CL18, but unstable on the Z390 motherboard. Corsair stated that it's only stable on the Z390 by MSI Carbon Extreme version. I have a doubt about it, but we're going to test it because I'm trying to build a system, Intel 13900K CPU with the DDR4, and hopefully I'm going to run this DDR4 at 5000 megahertz and push it above if it's stable, if it's runnable at that frequency. But I have some doubts because Corsair was lying to me since DDR1, DDR2, and DDR3 memories technologies. I was purchasing the top of the line and never perform it like that. But we're going to test it with 13900K Intel CPU that is capable to run above 5000 megahertz DDR4 on a Z690 chipset. That's why I'm going to build 13 series Intel CPU, the new upgrade when I'm going to retire the system on a DDR4 platform, because DDR5 platform doesn't mean any sense because it's running 32CL, which is showing the same performance as DDR4 right now that I'm running at 3200 megahertz CL11. So I'm going to switch to DDR5 platform on a different motherboard and different chipsets. Most likely it's going to be Intel 15 series CPUs, 15,000 series CPUs generations, and when DDR5 will be supporting 8,000 or 9,000 megahertz frequency at CL32, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense to run that not so high frequency, which is 6,000 megahertz, but with CL32. Okay, CL is very crucial in terms of the DDR performance, DDR memory performance. Okay, so because it was running the Micron chips, I think this is why it's not stable at 5000 megahertz. Another thing is going to be stable at 5000 megahertz, but we're going to find out is again on Z690 chipset motherboard, which is 2 more generation chipset from this chipset, and Intel 13000 series, which is fully supported. And as you can see, Micron chipset, I utilize it properly, CL11, because Micron chipset on DDR4 loves the latency instead of frequency, and Samsung B chips on DDR4 loves the frequency but hate the latency. Okay, Titan RTX was running super overclock, with the software, maximum stable home safe environment, 6 core, 6 threads, almost core 6 times, which is great value for the Intel 9000 series CPU, very great value. Okay, when you're talking PC games in 2023 or older games, we're talking about the single thread performance, because as you saw, I never even utilized the 50% of my CPU. So even when I was running 6 core, 6 threads instead of 8 physical cores and 16 logical threads, because I shut down the 2 physical cores in the BIOS and hyper-threading technology, which is additional 8 logical cores in the BIOS to boost up and maximum possible physical cores, physical threads at 5.3 gigahertz to boost up by 47% of my overclock, additional performance boost, which is increasing the impulsing through the frequency and delivering more instruction per clock, which pretty much like emulation of the future generation of the CPU with the current GPU architecture. This is what overclocking brings. As you can see, I deliver a great result. The result is much faster than 10,000 series, which is the next series Intel CPUs. Of course, single thread performance is not a great value here. Single thread, I mean multi-thread performance. Multi-thread performance will be a great value only when we're talking every single core, every single thread is utilized at 100%, such as 3D rendering, such as 3ds Max Studio, Cinema 4D, Blender, utilizing all available CPU cores when you're 3D rendering through those applications through the CPU. Okay, let me demonstrate some CPUs for those who's curious real quick. So this is the same AMD Ryzen 9 5950X, a little bit better, newer generation CPU. As you can see, I'm having the same score on a single thread performance. As again, we're talking PC gaming in 2023 or older. We're talking about single thread performance. Okay, this is a crucial in terms of the FPS delivery, frames per second, better experience. 3950X, the same generation by AMD CPU that my Intel 9000 series, the same year. But as you can see, I'm dominating by almost over 100 points. So I'm going to show much faster FPS. Just gonna go ahead, look at this. The 12900K CPU is beating me out by about, I would say, 15%. It's going to deliver at least 15% of the FPS. That's a great CPU. But if you're looking for the best CPU to switch from like 8000, 7000 or 9000 series Intel CPUs, I highly recommend for you to invest in 13000 series Intel CPUs, such as Intel 13 series with 13th generation, which will be, even if you're low on budget, go ahead and invest to i5 13600K, and it's a great CPU, guys. It's clockable at 6 gigahertz, but 13900K, if you're going to use my methods of the overclock, you can boost up its frequency above 6 gigahertz easy, and I'm going to demonstrate it for you over the EVGA.com. Also will be a great video tutorial how to overclock 13000 series Intel CPUs or Intel 13 generation CPUs that you don't want to miss. Will be available over EVGA.com. Okay, so 10900K newer GPU architecture by Intel. As you can see, I'm beating it by 40 points because, as again, overclock is emulating like next generation of the CPU as minimum, and because I'm delivering more instruction per frequency through the higher impulsing of that frequency. This is the physics, okay? So as again, press the pause button. I'm gonna show you all kind of different CPUs for those people who's looking to upgrade and looking to look at this. This is the same CPU, 9900KF, but I'm using 9900K, which is KF without the GPU built in. So theoretically, it's going to be cooler CPU. So I'm receiving this pretty much 550 single thread on my CPU and 500 on multi-thread. So the similar performance. But as you can see, I'm beating this CPU right now by 100 points as well. So I'm beating my CPU at stock by 100 points, that's for sure. Going to deliver about 10% higher performance stock versus the overclock in terms of the FPS in PC games and in terms of everywhere, as minimum 10% through the software overclock without any hardware modification, which is considered safe. But as again, if you overclock in the hardware components, you're doing it on your own risk and expenses. Nobody going to compensate you. Keep that in mind. Okay, go ahead and press the pause button. I'm just switched through the CPUs. That, by the way, this is a great Intel CPU. I used to have this CPU, Wolf Dale E8500. I was clocking at 4.2 gigahertz. Available also over the UHDking.com. Alright, guys, pretty much everything was covered for you. Okay, keep in mind that I took those benchmarks when I was running the Titan RTX stock. Let me as again bring the Titan RTX stock. You're gonna see that I'm going to decrease the values. When Titan RTX is overclocked, it's delivering a hair faster performance, faster than RTX 3080 video card, which is the Ampere GPU architecture, the next GPU architecture. As again, you learn why, because we're delivering more impulsing per frequency and delivering more bandwidth. Let me clock it down, and you saw we lost the performance immediately. Pixel fill rate, textual fill rate. Pixel fill rate is just GPU overclock. Look at this, the Turing GPU architecture by stock can uh, push 170 gigapixels per second, but I believe those pixels just copy and paste because it cannot do that, guys, through the computing, such as a shaded computer and something like that. Probably maximum will be like 12 gigapixels in all kind of games that I saw, because it's going to be like 16K video resolution and about like 80 100 FPS per single video card will be like 100 gigabytes gigapixels, sorry, per second total. Okay, total of pixels. But a 16K video resolution is 132.7 megapixels, which is the maximum renderable resolution in PC games in 2023 through all kind of APIs such as open source API or commercial APIs. And I demonstrated throughout my 16K video resolution why. Go ahead and check it out. I guess pretty much everything is done. Thank you so much for watching. My name is UHD King, or I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K. Don't forget to smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy is invested. So I'm going to watch my sponsors, share it with your friends. I'm going to collect those pennies while you're gonna watch my ads, and I'm gonna invest back into you while I'm gonna give some games giveaway. I'm always doing that, and maybe even hardware giveaway if you're gonna support me, if you're gonna watch my ads. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As again, have a good morning, good day, good evening, and I will see you till the next time.